Hey, what's up, everyone? I just needed to talk. I'll be talking about various things in this video. You know how I talked about a few videos ago that my spiritual awakening symptoms came back? They were coming back. And I've gone through a lot of the darkness and depression again today. And that sense and thought to where everything, how do I put this? It's where everything feels like, why? I mean, come on, seriously, why do we have to go through that? But I chose the 7 signs that you're spiritually awakening. You know, the feeling false, the craving for meaning and purpose. You want more solitude, completely lost and alone, but you feel though you see through the illusions of society, experiencing more synchronicity. For example, words or phrases being stated that you hear right after you state them, or 1111 numbers. You feel deeper empathy and compassion towards other beings, and you feel a deep connection that you can't explain. So that's one of the 7 signs. That's the first 7 signs listed. But moving on from that to what I've been experiencing. A few days ago, I do know that, you can, when I feel positive, I try to be positive and utilize that moment of positivity like, oh wow, I feel so much better. I'm going to utilize that, and I'm going to try to just use it while I can. And it was a huge difference a few days ago. It's like I attracted positive people. Everyone was looking at me and smiling, and people just came to me and started talking like just normal. It's like I attracted everyone. And not just everyone, but everything around me. And then I have this deep spiritual empathicness where, and there's a thing also, when you experience certain things, people will tell you, that, you need to go to a psychiatrist or you need to go to a psychologist. And I get part of that to an extent, like, helping with medication for anxiety. I get that. Medication for your mood swings or your manic depression. That I understand. But a lot of times people have spoken to me online and stated that they had to go to a psychiatrist, and they basically, it's like, oh, here's a $400 bill now. We'll see what works for you, but we really don't want to give you medication right away. We just want to work through it. What's talking going to do about that? I mean, I'm already talking online. That's my form of, I share with my mama. I share on here. I talk. That is a form of verbal communication to help you work through your issues. But if that doesn't help, medication is needed. Something like that. I mean, but yet they try to say, well, we're going to wait and see on the medication. Excuse me. I had a hiccup. I felt that coming. Excuse me. But see, they'll try to say that, let's just work through this, and they ask all of these questions in a psychiatrist's office. They ask all of these things like, do you see and hear things? Or, but listen to this. I mean, for example, when I experience some of these things, there are people with me. My mama was with me. 2 people to experience this, me and her. Something's tapping, scratching at the window. Something literally is around. For example, the spiritual experiences, the skinwalker experiences, the beings around, hearing spirit activity. We've witnessed it together. My parents and I have witnessed things together. But yet you've got to sign on a piece of paper, oh no, I don't see and hear anything, blah, 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 whatever. You basically you've got to lie, or they'll say, well, you're out of your gosh darn mind. But no. I mean, people out there witness the exact same things That doesn't mean you're out of your dang mind. I mean, the thing is, that's what they try to represent, that you're out of your gosh darn mind if you experience this, that, or the other. That's just not the case. I mean, I'm going through the flush face symptoms, the heat symptoms, the darkness, depression, anxiety, and all of that. It just hits. I mean, it takes a toll, but they try to state, where that you, if you witness things, basically that you're hallucinating. Well, then I suppose those around me are hallucinating at the exact same time then, or imagining the scenario, right? No. I've had many things where other people around me witness the exact same thing. My parents witness what I did when I'm around. And then, when I'm alone or whatever, I experience weird things as well, but that doesn't mean you're crazy. Too often, society tries to look at things that are beyond the veil, that are hidden by the veil right now, and say that you need to conform to the norms of society, to the normals of society. And that's all there is. There's just go to school, go to work, job, whatever, and just do what you have to do and move along on your life, live, die, that's that. And then, have a relationship, get married, whatever, have children, whatever you do in life. That's just what they tell you is what is. And that's it. Everything else that you experience, forget about it. Just forget about it. At least that's the way it seems. That's the way they seem like they want to push you to feel. Anything you experience out of the norm, get rid of it. Anything you experience out of the normal, forget about it. Spiritual symptoms, awakening symptoms, forget about it. It's insane. It's crazy. Or they want to put you on the crazy list. I don't know. I don't know why I'm even talking about it on here, but it annoys me that they do that in society. And when I was in school, the symptoms that I went through, I had beings and people, and I called him a cosmic being, like I stated in that one video, the guy in Walmart, the person, and so many things, 2012 experience that I'll never forget, that video that I made. That's what I titled it. And he talked to me about things, seeing and hearing things, the various random pains, and he said, you're awakening. You look up a lot of New Age stuff, right? New Age. And he just knew about me. He knew about me, and he said, any other questions you have? And I wish I'd asked him many more questions. He said his name was Artie. I wish I had asked him more questions. Maybe I'll see him again someday. I don't know. Maybe it was in the other reality. I don't know. But I know that it feels like there's a shift, or there's some kind of a major change that's happening again. I don't know if we're shifting, ascending. I don't know if we're going home. I don't know. I don't know what all of this is. It can get crazy. And if you don't believe what I'm talking about, if you're new to what I'm talking about, which, I highly doubt that, because many of you that do follow me, you're definitely not new to this sort of thing. But if you are new and you're coming out of a point of skepticism and you're thinking this is insane, then just move along. But if you're not and you're open-minded, just keep listening. So, I mean, what I experienced in school, I shouldn't have experienced the level of anxiety and darkness and depression that I did. I shouldn't have. I mean, but I was going through something that felt like I was being beat up on the inside, that something was just, it felt like that everything was just turning against me. My own biological system was just turning against me. That's the way it felt throughout my school years, especially from 15 years old and on up. And it felt like that I was going through something I couldn't describe. And it didn't have anything to do with anyone bullying me. The people were really nice to me. Most people. I say most people. But, I mean, it didn't have anything to do with that. But something deep down inside. It's like, I need to go home. Like, I didn't belong. And, like, everything was just... And it didn't... I couldn't wait to just get out of school because it felt so uncomfortable. And I barely could move, and I was just, I couldn't get a word out of it. I couldn't get a word out. I would shake, and my body would tremble, and I would ache and hurt. The only thing that got me through was being able to do some strange things. I was able to do some strange things and manipulate reality. That's when I first discovered a few of my gifts. But I wish I could control more of those gifts. But it's not absurd, it's not insane, and it doesn't feel like going to, society wants you to go to some psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever, spend $400 for a session, and they want you to keep going back. And that's just, I haven't gone to one, but I mean, and they just ask you a bunch of stupid questions and pry into your personal life, and I just feel like it's none of their business. My personal life is mine, and what I want to share, I'll share. What I don't, I won't. I mean, you know what I mean? Why am I saying you know what I mean when no one, it's not like it's a live stream, anyone can answer right now, but I just needed to talk. I needed to talk online. But that's the thing about all of this. I mean, it's a money thing. They could just give you the medicine to help you or whatever, and, to help your neurons fire right, and to just connect the motor neurons and help them fire right, to help you function properly like a normal human being, if there is such a thing as normal. But to help you be able to at least function in the society, to get through this hectic daily world. And right now, what should have been the best years of my life when I was young, through 24 years old now, should have been the best years of my life. And, and it's not because of deep family trauma or bullying or anything like that. It's just that I had such emotional anxiety and depression and darkness that I couldn't explain where it was coming from. And these spiritual awakening symptoms, if you look up Our Pathway to Truth, look that up, you'll see very similar symptoms to what I went through. And it's indescribable to put into words. I can't put it into words. People would think, well, what would you go through? What would you possibly go through that was so bad? I don't know. I really don't have any idea. But I know I go through these ups and downs, and I do hope you all had happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and all of that. And I hope while I'm here that I spreaded some positivity and and I know I did. I mean, I know I've helped so many out. And I'm glad to be here. By the way, the Christmas messages, the gifts, everything, it was just amazing and awesome and beautiful, and all of you are so awesome. But I just want to know why we go through these things. I mean, these spiritual symptoms, these awakening symptoms, and so many of you go through similar things, and I've been going through, I feel like a major shift is taking place again. I don't know if it has to do with the political crap that's going on with, where the Democratic control coming back and everything, and it's causing some kind of a shift in things. Maybe that's the shift we're experiencing right now. I don't know, but I just know I don't think that's what it is. But I mean, as far as and if you watch the news and keep up with everything online, it'll give you anxiety. But that's not what's causing this. It's just something internal, and I feel something larger. I've always felt something greater was happening. And then it's like, well, then when? When? Come on, please. Give us the answer. And it's like, well, we're going home. But then it's like, well, but I don't know. I mean, you don't want people think when you say that, you're like, oh, what you want is death. No, that's not it at all. That's what people would think. Like, oh, so you're just talking about death. You're crazy. No, that's not it at all. These symptoms that I experience, I go for moments of such love and kindness, and I attract so many people around me. They're just like, whoa, I'm so kind, and for some reason people just draw to me. People and animals and spirits and spiritual beings and the spirit realm, and everything draws to me. But then Other times, my darkness takes over more and, it overshadows it. Someone was asking me if I've seen a whole list of things, and when I posted that UFO video that I captured, and they asked me if I've seen a lot of this long list of things, and if I've ever seen those, yes. Yes, I've seen pretty much everything you listed. Every little detailed thing that you listed, I've witnessed. Except for one of them. I think, except for one of them on there. But, I mean, there's just, society has not accepted truth yet and what's really going on. And, something greater is happening than, for many of us, than what the rest of society is able to even accept or understand. Because they're kept down to focus on the mundane things that keep them from seeing the greater picture and something that's truly going on. I'm not feeling well again. I've been having these bad symptoms going on again. These really bad, awful symptoms making me feel awful. I don't like it, but they're happening again and I had these during the last awakening symptoms that I was going through. And I don't know if it's happening again, something larger scale is happening again or what, but that's what's going on, and I just had to share it. And I still love you all, and I love my parents, I love my family, I love God, I'm still spiritual. I believe in Jesus Christ as forgiver and redeemer, and the Holy Trinity. Holy Spirit, please help me, just help us, just guide us through this awakening, through the ascension, whatever is happening, just guide us through it and help us, because these ups and downs, I don't think any person, licensed professional or person with, the only difference is there's a piece of paper, a degree, basically. I don't think they're going to be able to, they don't understand what's really going on. Because they consider that all hogwash. They consider it to be insane. And some of them get it. Some of them out there in the medical community understand it. But they just can't talk about it on a wide scale because it's not accepted. So many things that you'd think wouldn't be are accepted, but yet the things that we experience are not as much. Society needs to wake up to what's going on. I really wish that we had more help in this world for the things we need. Medical help and just emotional help, and I wish we had the help that we need. And maybe soon we will, I don't know. But I just needed to talk. I needed to talk, and I have not felt well today at all. It's not pleasant. I've been going through those symptoms again, and I feel like another major shift is happening. Something big is happening again. I felt like that before, but I didn't realize what it was leading up to was the ME phenomenon. But yeah. So give your thoughts. Give your thoughts on this. If you've experienced similar things. Why do things feel like they do? Why do things feel like they do? Things get crazy. And it's an emotional roller coaster. But I needed to share it. And I love you all. My mama thanks you for the love and thanks you for the love and prayers as well. We all do. No matter what, Lord help us, and help us, just guide us through what's going on, because many people don't understand it, they don't get it, and they think that they'll think that what I'm talking about is just crazy or just mental, but it's not, and they don't. Society doesn't understand it. They don't understand it. They just don't. And hopefully all of this is taken care of soon and everything balances out. Because it's happening again. The past many years of my life has been so shrouded in the emotional, mental anxiety, darkness, and depression and struggles of my own that should have been the best years of my life have been spent not meaningly or on purpose, but not meant to be that way, but have been spent with these issues. And it feels like, why? Why couldn't I have just been like other people and just been able to enjoy and be able to... I do have moments of enjoyment, but the darkness, depression, anxiety ruin that and take over at times when you don't. You just want to feel like I did yesterday. Have a great day, get things done, feel well, be positive, laugh, make jokes, make my mama laugh, and we had a great day. And I do that a lot randomly, but it's up and down. And it's like, why do so many moments of this existence have to be taken up with that, the negativity part? And believe me, I could remove all of that if I could. If I could, I would remove all of that and just replace it with the love, light, positivity, kindness, happiness, joy, peace. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. That song we used to sing in school. But anyway, no, if I could, I would replace it with just positivity and happiness. It's easier said than done, but that's something that I've been going through again lately, and I'm wondering if any of you have been going through these symptoms again. I know some of you have. A few of you actually shared with me some of the things that you were going through that was the same as what I'm going through right now. I've actually got a fever right now, so I'm going to have to take some Tylenol again, because I get that if I don't take Tylenol. I was told as a child I'd have to take Tylenol the rest of my life when I was a baby. My parents were told that, I'm going to have to take Tylenol all my life. But they never would tell what I had. So they said he's just got problems. He's going to have to take Tylenol his entire life. Every 4 hours his entire life. Tylenol, Motrin, switch it up. I guess because there was a lot of things happening in the 90s. Children being born with things that they didn't understand, like myself. They didn't get it at that time. And they still don't. Because what they don't know could fill an entire universe. There's a whole thing of stuff they don't know. Anyway, have I rambled too long? If I have, I apologize. So this is just some things that I wanted to talk about, but I still have a lot of love in me. And hopefully the rest of my life will be filled with a lot more positivity. And because believe me, I want to put out love, positivity, kindness, and just help people and help this world become a better place before we go home, or what's going on happens. I mean, I want to know that I made a difference, and I want things to get better. How I feel when I'm light and joyful, and I can feel my brain when it changes. I can feel the change. But how I feel when I'm positive, if I could, I would feel that way all the time. I mean, that's a given. I'm sure any of you would, but maybe things will get better. I just wanted to share a little bit of this. I love my family, and I love you all. I still love God. May Jesus Christ help us. May the Holy Spirit guide us to where we're going. Lord, bless you all, and thank you for the kindness for my mama. She appreciates it as well. We love you all. I love you all. God bless. Pray that things get better for me. Maybe I have to do some grounding like that one person suggested. Actually, many people suggested. Maybe I'll try some grounding. Spiritual grounding. Anyway, I've got so much to share. But it's difficult going through. It's hard. You can't even convey it. You can't even explain it. I can't really explain it properly because it's not easy to explain. It's not something you can just put into words. Because, I mean, it's deeper. It's not something you can just put into words. But, anyway, hopefully things get better. I want to be positive. I want to spend the rest of my life being positive while I'm here. And, while I'm in this life. And, I don't know how to convey all what I'm trying to say, but I know I love you all. Peace. God bless. Much love. I hope to speak with all of you again very soon. Lord willing, I will. Peace. Bye. Thank you.